And good morning on this November 4th, 2023. It's about quarter to 8. Sun's just now coming up. And I'm at the head end or the end of Bison Trail at about 9th, 10th, and Van Dorn Streets in Lincoln, Nebraska. So we're going to take a little run up this route. I haven't been on this one, so this will all be new. So stand by, because here we go. Right from the parking lot at 9th and Van Dorn, we're going to go up this for a ways and see what we come up with up here towards the other end of this. Pretty nice concrete trail. And I guess if it's concrete, it's not really a trail, is it? Bike path, bike route, whatever you wish to reference it as. And seems to be pretty nice, smooth so far. And we'll keep going. Oh, there's a nice playground for kids right there too. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna stop right here for a quick second and run over here. Oop. Well, I wanted to see if that building was open, and it's not. So so I was hoping that there'd be a restroom facility, but no such luck. Okay, so on the way we go. Now this is kind of nice. I'll pull up here and show you guys this. This is pretty cool. This is a water fountain for adults, kids, and as you can see on the bottom there, they even got it set up for pets when you're walking through. So that's pretty cool that they did that. And rolling on, there's an AutoZone right there, and that's actually on Van Dorn Street. And like I said, I haven't been on this trail, so I'm a little unsure. You know, here we have come to a crossroads, so I'm going to go to the left just to see what happens, because this looks like it's more downhill. And we'll see what happens and where it comes out. Getting a pretty good head of steam here. And again, this is still pretty smooth. And there we have a sign telling us to turn to the right here, which I'm going to do. This one looks like some kids have built some pretty good motocross BMX trails in through here. Of course, I'm not going to be running on those. A, this bike is not built for it. B, if I fall on one of those things and hurt myself, I'll probably end up breaking a bone or something, which wouldn't be a good thing. So I'm not even going to attempt it. But kudos to the kids for going to the trouble to do stuff like that. I'm sure they're having a good time. I'm going to go through another tunnel. go up. Oh, this one's a little steeper than I expected too. And I'm seeing another bike route sign. I'll give you guys a cross street here. Just a minute, so you can know where I'm at. And we're going to be at looks like 8th and Hill Street. And it doesn't look like there's much of a marking in the way of bike trail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn here. And why? This is Hill Street, and I'm going west on hill from 8th. And why, you might ask? Well, I know that the railroad tracks are this way, and I know that the bike trails pretty much parallel down in here to the railroad tracks. So I'm that's what I'm hoping anyway. We'll know here in a few minutes after I get up there. That's a good healthy bump. And yeah, I know the sign says dead end. But I'm gonna go up this way and check it out. And if it does turn out that way that I can't get through, well, turn around, go the other way. Gravel time. That's a nice house back here. Well, this is not looking good. Yeah, it's looking like I'm going to be turning around. Yep. I'll get up here and take a breather for a second. And doggone, there's the railroad tracks right there. So I'm gonna have to turn around and head back the other way. Because obviously I can't get through there. You know, if it was just me walking or riding a regular bike, I would probably go ahead and cut through or try to. But I don't like to trespass on other people's property, number one. Number two, if I tried to do it on this thing and somebody happened to see me and call the cops, let's face it, guys, I stand out like a sore thumb. Hey, it's that guy with the three-wheeled trike that got blue lights on it, big flags that stick out, wearing a bright orange helmet with lights flashing on it. No, I don't stand out, do I? Yeah, jump up here on the sidewalk. We've got a really nice sunrise happening this morning. Of course, this time next week, this will be 7 o'clock in the morning because we fall back on Sunday again. And so that'll move this sunrise back an hour. It's 10 minutes to 8 now. But that is a pretty doggone nice sunrise. Boy, looks like a freaking prison more than it does a learning center. Don Clifton Professional Learning Center. And let me let you guys take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is a says right there, learning center. And I'm sorry, but this thing looks more like a freaking prison. And you know, hey, maybe it is some kind of learning center for the prison after all. The state prison isn't that far from here. So that wouldn't be too much of a stretch. There we go. So here we are back up at 8th and Hill Street where I made that turn. Mental note to self, don't do that again. Why? Because it goes nowhere. Well, we'll get over out here on 8th Street. We'll head up this way. Yeah. It's pretty quiet in most neighborhoods this time of the morning. It is Saturday morning. And the football game today is out of town. So that'll be keep things on a relatively calm thing. Although the sports bars will be steadily busy, but they won't have the tons of tailgaters and stuff like that downtown. It'll stay pretty calm and quiet for the most part. And then if Nebraska wins, it'll be a big time party. And if they lose, it'll be a bunch of hellraisers. And stupid people doing stupid things. Sometimes ending up in jail. Sometimes not. Lincoln Police just flat doesn't put up with the nonsense. Morning. There was a sidewalk back there that went off into the woods. It said standing bear, but since I'm not familiar with it and I'm filming, I'm not going to go that way. I'll tell you, when I go by some of these pickup trucks that are parked along here, I feel mighty tiny. Some of them I barely reach their wheel, like right here. Getting a little chilly out here just before sunrise, usually does. And I've said it for years. The coldest time of the night always seems to be about an hour before sunrise. And I don't think that's too far off. And here we're coming up on 8th and South Street. I started off at 34th and South way earlier this morning. Got some good night videos. And some night pictures. And now I'm just working my way around a little bit. I think we're off the Bison Trail. Frankly, I don't really have a clue what bike route or whatever we're on. I did follow some bike route signs. Got up into here. I guess that Bison Trail kind of ran out way back there, which is fine. I think there's a train going by. On up there. Tina's Cafe. This place is still open. Hey, I got to remember this so I can come down here and used to go to that place quite often. I knew a guy that worked at this gas station. He was a mechanic here for a while. But he moved on years ago, even before I left Lincoln. A time or two prior to that. All right. Now, hey, 20 minutes into this video, guys. Glad you made it this far. Hope you've been enjoying it. been kind of fun for me, even though it's been a little cool. I'm not freezing my butt off though, which is always a huge plus. Because I would prefer not to freeze my ass off. So I'll be going up, I'm going to stay on South Street. And pretty sure that the bike path connects right up here, because these are the railroad tracks. ADM, for those of you who don't know it, is Archers Daniels Midland. Archers Daniels Midland. They do grain stuff. It's a milling company. So, and here we're coming up on those railroad tracks where that train just went by. Oh, check it out. And a deer running by. So we are pretty close to a wooded area. This is about 6th and South Street, I think, something like that, give or take. And that deer's already vanished. You can't even see him now. And right over here is, looks like fire training. It's got LFD on there, so Lincoln Fire Department. And then we're going to cruise up. We're back on the bike trail, but frankly, I'm not sure which one. I know we left the Bison Trail a long way back, and we keep going up this one. I know that this will run us up to the railroad yards, which are about on about J Street, I think. HJ, something like that. Oh, FYI, the streets in Lincoln go alphabetically. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But there is no I Street. And that's because way back in the day, one thing that they got smart, they figured that the post office and others would get I Street confused with L Street. So they kept L and did away with the I. So you won't find an I Street in Lincoln. Morning. And noise you're hearing is from the ADM Milling Company, which is on my right. It's a big grain silo. So it's not unheard of to hear that noise pretty much all the time. So now in front of us, if you can see that, that bridge is going to be A Street. And I'll be going underneath that. You know you're getting closer to the yards when the train horns start becoming more clear and more pronounced. And I'll probably take a bit of a breather up here, get some train pictures, because I do enjoy rail fanning as well. And I haven't been any place to really do that in quite a few years. Last time I really did it was in Michigan, and then in Williamsburg, because there was a main line that was walking distance to where we were staying at when we first relocated out there. That was 15 years ago. So that's been a long time. And I do enjoy trains. Enjoy watching them. And they had, when I was rail fanning out here many, many years ago, one of the coal trains, a couple of cars jumped the track, derailed, over they went, spilled coal all over the place. Man, it was a freaking mess. And I don't know what happened to them, but I had pictures of that. They were pretty cool. So I'm coming up on 30 minutes of this video. Glad you're staying with it. I am not going to add music to this one. And that's because of the length of the video. And it's very hard to find decent background music that is that long. Quite frankly. More bumps crossing the street. That was we're at 3rd and A Street, A like Alpha. And if you can see that bridge there in front of us, that is the Rosa Parks. Geez, where's my English at? Rosa Parks bypass, I think is what that is. And the bridge after that is O Street. This is an area of Lincoln called Russian Bottoms. And the reason it's called the Bottoms is, I guess, years ago Salt Creek, which runs very close to here, used to flood this place on a pretty regular basis. Matter of fact, that's that trail in another video that I shot. And the reason it's called Russian Bottoms is this is where evidently there was a lot of Russian immigrants settled here 100 and some years ago. However long, it's been a long time. And that's hence the name Russian Bottoms. And it's just kind of stuck all these years. And everybody around here either calls it the Bottoms or Russian Bottoms. I live down in the bottoms, and you know exactly where they're talking about. Because this is it. Nice wide bike path along here. I tell you, they have really done a phenomenal amount of work in the 15 years that I've been gone, as far as adding bike paths and adding the wider sidewalks. And making this a far more bike-friendly town. Very easy to get around. And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but throughout all this, this particular video, which we're now going on 32 minutes, we haven't had traffic issues. And that's because these bike trails, they've got them pretty much set up where if you do cross a main road, generally you go under it. That tunnel that we went through, that actually went under a main road, and then we cut across South Street, which is a main road, but the part of South Street we cut across is not in an area where it's overly busy. Urban Trail Gardens. I'll have to look that up and see what that's all about. Okay, now I'm going to take this, and the bike path does go on straight, but I want to get over to the other part of the bike path, which means I'm going to go this way, and this is going to take us through a little weird little area that I don't know why they did this, but they did. It's kind of interesting, but right in front of us is a set of train tracks. And that sign right there says, caution, underpass trail may be slippery when wet. Or may be slippery. No, it says underpass trail may be slippery. So, and I don't know why they did this and not just make the entire road go through. Because this actually went level all the way across at one time. But they closed it off and did this to it. And it is kind of a tight thing. So you're not going to haul ass down this one, that much is certain. And you go through the tunnel, out the other end. And we're on the other side of that mainline railroad track. But you're not going to take that at any speed. Without taking a chance on becoming a member of the Over the Handlebars Club. which is not fun, especially on concrete. And again, we're still in the Russian Bottoms area. That's been around for years and years and years. And last I remembered, they turned that building into a apartment. I have no clue what it was before. Remember a few people years ago talking about it. It used to be quite the party house, I guess, back in the day. Now this railroad crossing here is predominantly Amtrak, and runs into town to the right. And I'll be going to the right. And we're at 1st and F Street, F like Frank. And then right up here is where I'll be ending the stream. This is the Burlington yards. And that way, since the sun's nice and bright, give me a chance to take a little breather and shut off my lights that I still have on. I don't really need. Sometimes I do run the rear red flasher during the day. Depends on what kind of streets I'm riding, or if I'm on the bike trail. If I'm on the bike trail, not so much. But if I'm on the main roads, I'll turn that rear flasher on just for safety. And check it out. There's a Burlington set of engines, probably getting ready to hook up to something. And this is where I'm going to stop. And this is where I'll take my break. And hope you enjoyed this stream. I know it's a lot longer than the other ones I've posted. But we went all the way from the south side of town, damn near to O Street, which is the main drag through town. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.